60 meters wide, sitting in total darkness, 90 meters under the Baltic Sea. A circular object with a carved staircase. Treasure hunters found it in June 2011, searching for a legendary shipwreck of vintage champagne, not a decade-long mystery. Divers Peter Lindberg and Dennis Asberg were scanning the seabed between Sweden and Finland when the sonar screen showed straight edges. Nothing on that stretch of ocean floor should have straight edges. Rock does not usually arrange itself into a staircase. Then they noticed a second feature, a long trench cut into the seabed, running away like a landing strip. Press photos compared the shape to a spacecraft. Some said it looked like the Millennium Falcon resting on the seabed. The team went back for a second expedition, and what happened on that trip rarely makes it into the story. Their equipment started failing every time they got close to it, working again the moment they sailed away. Diver Stefan Hogerborn said the satellite phone simply stopped working whenever their boat sat directly above the object. Cameras drained their batteries within minutes, and the boat's own electrical systems reportedly began behaving erratically with no clear cause. Peter Lindberg had built a reputation as the team's biggest skeptic of anything paranormal. Even he said he was shaken. He put it plainly. He said he had experienced things he really could not imagine, describing those days near the site. No instrument ever measured any of this. It is diver testimony, repeated in interviews, never captured on a data log. That gap between what divers reported and what was actually recorded is where this story splits in two directions. One path leads to something engineered. The other leads to a rock formation with an unusually good origin story. So the team did the only thing that could settle it. They brought stone samples back to a laboratory. Geologist Volker Bruckert at Stockholm University examined the recovered stone samples closely, under normal laboratory conditions, piece by piece. The rock was granite, gneiss, and sandstone, completely ordinary materials for that stretch of the Baltic seabed. His explanation, the northern Baltic was reshaped by retreating glaciers at the end of the last ice age, dragging rock for miles. A Finnish geomorphologist proposed a specific culprit, a drumlin, a smooth ridge of glacial debris that can look disc-shaped from above. That would explain the shape. It would not explain a boat's electronics failing on command twice in front of witnesses. One oceanographer offered a quieter answer. The original sonar unit that day was cheap, poorly wired, and badly calibrated. A bad sonar reading can invent straight edges and staircases that were never really there. The equipment lied before the ocean did. So the strange shape likely came from bad instruments. The strange equipment failures still have no confirmed explanation at all. OceanX invited scientists and journalists to review everything they found, but no government ever funded a full return trip. The case did not stay open because of a cover-up. It stayed open because nobody paid for the follow-up dive. That is true of stranger things than this one. We have mapped more of Mars than our own ocean floor. So the leading answer is glacial rock, shaped by ice 10,000 years old, photographed once by a broken sonar. Mystery was never really the rock. It was how easily one bad photograph can outrun 10 years of quiet science.